いたします。
3名様で、2名様で、2名様で、お後も2名様で。
The gyoza are the best, but the kakuni were also tasty. The stir-fried food is also good, I think. They're leading an honest business. That's why people are lining up like this. And they also have their fans.
Iただきます。今日のまかないはどうですか？うまいよ。めっちゃうまい。
Yotsukado-Hanten. Starting from pre-opening preparations. And wrapping the gyoza. Have you been here for a long time? Since I was in high school, they really helped me. 10 years in total. What was the occasion? So my mom and the manager used to be in the same class. In junior high school, I'm not sure where. She's looking for a part-time job, so won't you let her work, she asked. That was the occasion. It really helped me. After 10 years, do you like the shop? The staff are kind, so it's easy to work here. That's the main point. The pay wasn't all that good though. Is working in a busy place like this tough? So it started getting busier when we showed up in the media. On Gyoza Day, it's packed. But on weekdays, people don't line up that much. Maybe 10 or 20. What's Gyoza Day? On Gyoza Day, the gyoza are at half price. And when's that? Every calendar day with a 5 in it. 5, 15, 25. Raw gyoza can be bought and fried at home. So those are also 50% off, as well as the ones you can get here. But one person can only get 2 servings max. Unless you get takeout, then there's no limit. Gyoza at half price, that's amazing. How many do you make? For Gyoza Day, we make around 4,000 to 5,000, I think. But as soon as you open, they're gone in an instant. They're always sought after. Like, all the time. People keep ordering them. We continue till around 8 p.m. But as soon as the shop opens, we're constantly making gyoza. The place is full, and we keep making gyoza. We make more and more. While we both go, my back hurts. But there's more. On Wednesdays, it's boiled gyoza day, and boiled gyoza are at half price. Making gyoza all day long is really tiring. One portion at half the price is 180 yen. I wonder if they make a profit. The stove is also polished well. Are these for takeout? Yes, they are. They're mainly used for takeout. Before opening the doors, they prepare gyoza for takeout. If they don't fry them in advance, they won't make it in time for all the people lining up. $90 pieces in one go. This amount is fried multiple times a day. How long have you been working here? A long time. How many years has it been? A little less than 8 years, maybe. Beautiful. The head chef. With a cute t-shirt. The cash register is on standby. I bet they're tasty. So they don't have any color, but while I move them, it adds a new shade. I gotta get these done fast. Because guests come here with the intention of eating gyoza, so it's essential for them to have that tasty look. But because we need to get them out fast, getting the color of the tip right is really difficult. The perfect fried shade of brown. It's equally important to fry them to a uniform shade and serve them up fast. I want to get them to go and taste them with a beer. Preparations are steadily moving forward. How long have you been in business? So in 2027 we'll have Takahashi-san, 4th generation owner. Our 100th anniversary. So this year, it's still 95 years, just a little bit more, and it'll be 100 years since founding. I'm the 4th generation. Yeah, that's right. Have you always been here? No, we relocated. Before, it really was at a crossroads, unlike now. So that's why we're called Yotsukado-Hanten. There's no crossroads at their current location, but they kept the original name. How has COVID affected the business? Yeah, we really felt it. As expected, events like drinking parties have all been cancelled. And then the guests also feel like restraining themselves. So the number of people coming to eat has decreased. We can only do what we can, and if we're not allowed to, then we have no choice. A long-established shop like this will definitely overcome the pandemic. How many do you fry? Before opening the doors, so 6 fit into 1, which means 6 times 60. So it's 360. We used to make them using a machine. I'm sure you're aware, but the ones you make by hand taste better. My motto is handmade and not frozen. I think keeping those two in mind is what makes them taste much better. No cutting corners, even if they're at half price. Handmade freshness knows no compromise. What are you preparing? I'm making kakuni. They're being simmered now. Their signature dish. Kakuni teishoku. My father's generation used to fry the meat and just leave it like that. They would also make the soup without using genkotsu, and just used canned stock instead. The first sip might be tasty, but afterwards it just tastes like instant ramen. We abandoned all of that. For our generation, it's important to re-evaluate these things. Making them by hand and not freezing them must be tough though. It's tough, not leaving the roasted pork there after cutting. But of course, there's no magic behind that. Each careful little step we take in the process is appreciated by the guests, I think. Most restaurants don't cut up the pork freshly, right after the order comes in. Even though they know it tastes better, they wouldn't do it. The fresh pink right after cutting. Preparation of kakuni. The seating area, also clean. Lots of shrimp are used. Each step is carried out with precision. The famous poster girl of the shop. What's a popular dish?
好きなメニューとかよく出るものってどういうものですか？
Kakuni teishoku, Yotsukado-Ramen, and Kyukyoku fried rice. The guests also like twice-cooked pork teishoku.
ですね。
The mapo tofu is also really delicious.
そうですか。
For me personally, it's mapo tofu with garlic oil. There's the standard mapo tofu teishoku, but I really recommend to get the one with garlic oil. I really can't resist dishes with garlic. I must have gotten older.
先ほどマスターがリオさんの接客がピカイチだということなんですけど、
What do you keep in mind when serving the guests? I treat and serve them as I'd also like to be served. I consider their needs and think about what I'd want, if this or that were to happen. I watch them closely and imagine what they'd like me to do. So I bring them a box of tissues or some more water. When they look around for someone or something, I imagine what that is and approach them about it. Those are the things I keep in mind. Absolutely amazing how particular they're about the food and how wonderfully they serve the guests. The fourth generation sure made lots of fans with its sincerity. An order by phone.
究極チャーハン1、チャーハン1なんです。
12時10分。
10分で。はい。
They get lots of them.
先に入ってるのがあるから。
そうで、お待たせいたしました。
A big pack of pig meat.
乗っけて。はい。霧島と。
Ingredients are also chosen carefully.
はい。
これがやっぱり高い原因なんです。
Healthy, pathogen-free pig meat.
美味しいですよね。
We get them extra cheap from our partner.
それはその取引先
取引先で。
長く付き合ってらっしゃる。
そうですね。
We've done business with them ever since the start. That's also the first time somebody asked me about that story. Do the rising material costs affect you?
なんか影響ありますか？
Of course they do. 2 or 3 years ago, one 18-liter drum of oil used to be around 2,200 yen. Now it's 5,200 yen. But maybe that's even on the cheaper side. It might be more expensive in other places. Maybe 6,000 yen. We buy in bulk, so maybe we get it at a discount. We change the oil daily, and as you know, using old oil impacts the taste negatively. It starts reeking of oil and tasting bad. The price for meat also went up again. The price was raised again in October.
通知が来てますね。
There's nothing the wholesalers can do about it either. Have you changed the prices on the menu? Yes, we have. But it seems as though we might have to raise them once more.
そんな感じですよね。
And instead of decreasing the amount we serve, it might just be better to raise the prices instead. If our quality also goes up accordingly, the guests won't complain either. So when we raised the prices, I was afraid people would say something, but there were no complaints whatsoever. We also need to pay wages,
払わなきゃいけないし、まあ。
so we had no choice but to raise the prices. We can only do what's possible, and if we can't, closing down the shop is something we have to consider as well. But it won't come to that. They pay special attention to ingredients and preparation. The guests also understand that. The daily special menu, handwritten, including a smiling bear.
よいしょ。そうするなら他のもの入んないじゃん。それもダメ。縦。そう。
What's the trick to making gyoza? The trick? You just have to keep doing it.
やり続けるしかないですね、自分は。
I'm not good with my hands,
ないので、
but I've been doing this for a long time, so I got good at it just recently. It's not just about getting the amount right, but also forming a nice shape.
仕上がるかなって思ってます。
Also, when you make the filling, make sure not to add too much water and knead the meat properly, so no blood will come out. Then you'll be able to shape the gyoza with ease. This is our homemade XO paste. Trying the XO paste.
1分ずつぐらい。
A taste that packs a punch.
そう、でもこれ。
It's pretty different from the usual XO paste. Normally it's marinated and contains red hot pepper. Usually, most of it is oil, then shrimp, and lastly, scallops. That's around 3,500 yen for 500 grams. Almost half of it is oil when it's for commercial use. But ours comes in the opposite order. Most of it is scallops, then the shrimp, and then the oil, only 0 point something. We put this in our fried rice. Stir fry the rice and put lots of it in there. But that's not what makes the rice taste the way it does when you eat it. Put some of the paste on the side too, and when you eat it, put the right amount on top. That'll change the flavor. I definitely have to try fried rice made with XO paste. Today's Teishoku special is shrimp chili. Bamboo shoots are also seasoned in shop. I could eat 3 bowls of rice by smelling this alone. Preparing food using quality ingredients will also get you through hard times. If guests can rely on the shop, it'll even withstand a recession. Gyoza continue to be fried up. I wonder how many people are lining up before the doors open. The longest queue I've ever seen. The shop is far away. Let's talk to some people waiting in line. How many times have you been here? It's my second time today. Where are you from? I'm from Kodaira. Any recommendations? I'd go for the gyoza. I also had boiled gyoza the other day. The soup is also the seafood type, which is rare for Chinese-style izakayas. I'd love for my family to try too. And then of course the kakuni. It's just that I think they're really tasty. Why is this place so successful? Well, because they're honest people, right? I also had Mappo ramen the other day. It's simple, but they're great at what they're doing. Just like the kakuni, they're leading an honest business. That's why people are lining up like this. And they also have their fans. This kind of Chinese-style restaurant is really valuable, I think. Whatever happens, I want them to keep going for a long time to come. I'll keep coming too. I hope everyone will keep supporting them too. Thank you for everything. Everyone sharing a meal before opening hours. Gyoza for takeout. Shrimp chili. Is the line always this long? The sun's shining today, so the line's longer than usual. Let's eat. How's today's staff lunch? It's tasty, really tasty. What's your favorite dish? I used to be a regular before I started working here. I always got meat and vegetables or tamen. I used to go to Kawaii cram school over there during exam period. I always came here after. I wasn't sure where to get a part-time job when I entered university, so I came to talk to them directly. And they said, you're starting next week. You did come a lot, didn't you? 5 times a week. And you always had meat and vegetables. What kept you coming? Big servings and cheap prices. 100 yen even for a big portion. That was the biggest reason. Because when you're a student, you don't have money. Being able to eat a lot for a cheap price was the reason I was never hungry as a student. I started working here exactly 3 years ago, when he introduced me. We went to the same university, and I was looking for a part-time job. Join us, he said, and a call from the boss followed. We met, and after only 2 seconds, he asked when I could start. What makes this job tough? It's busy recently. People are always lining up. It puts pressure on us. And that's what's tough, I guess. But when the pandemic broke out, sometimes nobody showed up for 1 or 2 hours. And we would just sweep the floors. Compared to back then, I prefer the way it's now. Is there anything you learned? I used to be shy, but now I feel like I can talk to anyone. It's also useful for job hunting, when you need to be able to talk to lots of people. The line keeps growing. There are 2 separate queues for takeout and eat-in. Opening of the shop.
ら失礼いたします。お待たせいたしました。はい、最初のお客様。はい、生餃子6人前で、はい、1つ6個入りなんですけど、6人前でよろしいですか？また別カップにお入れしてよろしいですか？はい。食べてるよ。突然おですかので、申し訳ございません。レシートもされますか？はい。
3名様です。あと2名様です。お後も2名様です。お後も2名様です。あと2名様です。どうぞお願いいたします。1名様この字でお願いします。1名この字でお願いします。
Why did you come here today? I went running this morning, so now I want to have a good meal. And I felt like some gyoza and beer. What's your favorite on the menu?
好きなものありますか？
The gyoza are the best, but the kakuni were also tasty. The stir-fried food is also good, I think. And then the atmosphere. It's also great. What's their secret to success? The homemade gyoza, don't you think? And they're not that expensive either. It's easy to get here too. I've been coming here since back when they had the shop on the crossroads. I like a shop that feels lively. A place that's welcoming to people. I hope you can keep it running. Suddenly, a wave of orders. Kakuni.
ナイフありがとうございます
そうだね。はい、大盛りと半ライス。
ナイス。
はい。はい、半ライス。
Rice, large serving.
それ1222に行くよね。
はい、先に12いきます。で、これが122です。
それで店も餃子終わりです。今たっぷりつけますか。本当ったら
次入れた方がいいですよね。
いいよ。しょうがないよ。
Gyoza, mapo tofu, mapo ramen.
一番最後までやっちゃって大丈夫？そこだ。ごめんごめん。す
いません、AC の確認単品持ち帰りついてないんですけど、これ持ち帰りお外です。外って書いてる。餃子並んでます。この外っていうのは。あともう一件。
はい、お願いします。
Kyukyoku fried rice.
じゃあ俺9行くわ。
Kakuni. Kyukyoku fried rice.
はい、すみません、お待たせしました。究極チャーハンです。
スープが足りてない。1個。
定食の分はこれで出てるので、
大丈夫。
角煮定食の分と油淋定食の分。
It's tasty when you cut it this thick. If you leave it for 10 minutes, the color will change. Tasty, isn't it?
本当一つまが。
Yurinji. Chinese noodles.
化粧油って言ってわざと油を入れて光らせて照りをっていう時代だったんで、
Gyoza. Twice cooked pork. Ramen. Miso ramen. Is this considered a busy day? The turnover is high, so we're busy. And I'm fanning the gyoza. Yeah, it's somewhat busy today. It's been a while since we had this kind of weather. There'll be more people in the evening, perhaps. As soon as it cools down, lots of customers will come to buy raw gyoza.
失礼します。四つ角ラーメンとミニチャーハンこちらに失礼します。もう一個すぐ持ってくる。
Yotsukado-Hanten.
生餃子2人前です。焼き豚の別でお持ちください。生餃子できるだけ早めに冷蔵庫入れていただいて、すみません、お世話入ります。
Making gyoza even during business hours.
ごちそうさまでした。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。お願いします。
長いですか、何時間か。悩むんでしょうね。
失礼いたします。焼き餃子と水餃子お待たせしました。一つずつ失礼いたします。失礼いたします。
Fried gyoza. Boiled gyoza. Meat and egg stir-fried.
$9 番。9全部出ました。6からです。
Kyoku fried rice.
ここに出たら店内終わりです。
So somebody told me the gyoza and kakuni are their best seller. Even if you eat it all up, you'll be full. So, I'm full. The kakuni are enormous, and all of the gyoza are also rather big. For that kind of size, even a normal price would be considered cheap. The kakuni are really thick, but your chopsticks will go right through them. I also recommend the beer. It's quite something, isn't it? People lining up here like this. It's gotta be the Mitama menu. The gyoza, the ramen, the kakuni too. It's their size. And the low prices.
安いですからね。
That's gotta be the reason. If they keep going like this, with the rising costs and all, it's gotta be tough.
値段がね、材料費高くなっちゃって大変だと思うんですけど、
Please keep going and continue to fill up everyone's bellies.
満足させてもらえればと思います。
I think I'll come again.
はい、すいません、焼き餃子失礼いたします。
Fried gyoza.
1個目いきます。はい、すいません、角煮定食1つ目です。奥のお客様失礼いたします。
お待たせしました。はい、すいません。ごめんなさい。
はい、お待たせしました。3つ目です。以上でお揃いでしょうか。すいません、ごゆっくりどうぞ。
角煮定食。
今日は何を召し上がったんですか？
We had fried gyoza, boiled gyoza, meat and egg stir fry, and half fried rice. And we also drank draft beer. I didn't want to miss out on the dumplings. The taste and the size, no issues whatsoever. We came here once and didn't manage to try everything we wanted, so we came again. We already decided what to get next time. We're already excited.
注文したいものってどんなものですか？
We'll try the liver and garlic stir fry, and the kakuni. Kakuni, yes.
繁盛の理由ってどういうところだと思われますか？
The food is tasty and reasonable, while the shop itself is also clean.
すごい丁寧ですし、
They also greet you firmly. These kinds of shops are disappearing, with no one succeeding the original owners. So please do your best. We'll definitely come again. Yurinji.
何？
天才。
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 バイバイ天才。
バイバイ天才。
Goodbye。
Goodbye。
チャオ。
アディオス。
素晴らしい連携ですね。
We're also friends at university. 味噌タンメン。
辛さは控えめ。
シングルが2。
でも相当並んでらっしゃるので、
全然安いと、まあちょっと東京なのでどうしてもやっぱり学生とかも来るからすみません。
1番全部出ました。8番からです。餃子も8です。
はい。
失礼いたします。
あんまり意味があって並んでるお客さんもいるからそんなには。
はい、すいません、角煮定食です。失礼します。柔らかいですね。
角煮 so melty。
落ちてる？落ちる落ちる。ここに少し乗せたら。崩れちゃうんだよね。
失礼します。ライス大盛り角煮定食になります。
まあオファーが6時まで行ってくれるならリサを中に入れてもそんなにホール手薄に
Everyone participates when thinking of new sales strategies.
逆に に「お」が5時だとちょっとその後手薄かな。
今日しゅんちゃん何時まで
5時って書いてあります。いや4時だ。どっち？それかみなみちゃんを
Everybody's individual input is valued.
時差でまあ店内の忙しさにもよりますけど、2人が不安だな。お酒が入った席に少々お待ちください。ありがとうございます。今生の餃子お渡ししますのでお待ちください。
何やってんの？
入れてよかった。
遊んでんのか？しっかりやれ。
レタの3つで、はい、焼き度3です。
一人やる方
角煮定食お待たせしました。
確認されてもいいよ。
大丈夫ですか？
はい。確かにそうです。柔らかいですね。こんな感じかな。はい。
Any plans for the future?
したりとか考えてらっしゃることとか。
We pretty much got everything we could out of the current menu,
全部
so we want to serve up more quality food and maybe revive some old dishes.
食いてしまったメニューの復活だとか
So we shouldn't just be satisfied with what we have now and maybe introduce a new menu in fall. We want to make new guests happy too. We'll keep serving meat as soft and tasty as our kakuni.
美味しさのお肉を
Coat it and deep fry it, then add black vinegar topping. We've had it as our daily special countless times, but 30 kilos of meat won't last till the evening. Many guests want us to put it on the menu.
お客さんの要望が多いので
It'll take lots of time and effort, but I'm certain it'll become a bestseller. I think it'll be between the end of October and the start of November
まあメニューが出来上がるのは
when we introduce the new menu. Please, come and try it.
レジお願いします。
いただきます。
They also tried my shop's gyoza. The inside is hot and juicy, so be careful when you take a bite.
熱いですよね。
いや、ほんと皮もちもちだし肉汁も出て本当に美味しいです。
Being praised by a shop with such high standards makes me really happy.
皮の食感とか茹でて全然中身が漏れてないからめちゃめちゃ美味しいですね。
ありがとうございます。
Filling and skin, all homemade.
自分たちで、私の母親が作ってやってます。
これ食べ応えがありますね。
They really fill you up with their size.
真面目にうちで真似できるんならやりたいぐらい美味しいですよ。本当にこれ焼いても
Boiling them is super easy, and they're also tasty when fried.
絶対美味しいと思いますよ。
もしこれ高橋さんがなんかアレンジするとしたらどういう風にしますか？
うちのホイコーローの甜麺醤の
The tare used for twice cooked pork has got to be tasty.
美味しいしジーマージャンとちょっと辛めにしても
The Chinese sesame paste also looks tasty. They're true professionals.
食べても結構普通に全然美味しいですよこれ。すごいクオリティ高いと思います。これマジ
Thank you so much.
よいしょしてないです。いや本当に冷凍しててもこれだけの味が出せるんだったら
They're frozen right after they're made.
正直素人にはわからないかもしれないですね。ぜひ生食べてみたいですね。美味しいです。ありがとうございます。ごちそうさまです。
いただきます。
肉汁気をつけてください。
はい。
Careful with the overflowing juices.
皮がもちもちです。めちゃめちゃ。
More about my shop's gyoza in the description.
美味しい。本当に美味しいです。もう一個食べたい。
Let me also get some fried gyoza. Let me just have a quick bite as people are still lining up. Juicy and meaty, the sweetness of the ingredients also makes these delicious. Freshly made raw gyoza, formed and shaped by craftsmen. Nothing can beat this. I want to try lots of different dishes next time, like kakoni and kyukyoku fried rice. I'm also curious about the mapo tofu, or rather the chinjao rosu. I'll get fried rice either way. A shop with low prices and yet high standards. I'll definitely come again. Please support them with a comment. Extra scene after this. Eating while being filmed is more embarrassing than expected.
食べづらい
そうですよね。空気で保っていただいて。